Welcome dear students. In this video lecture, we are going to solve a problem in sections of solid chapter under the cutting plane perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. This is the first example question. We are going to solve it. The cutting plane is the third type. Cutting plane perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. Let's go and solve the problem. So this is the problem. A square prism of base side 40 mm and height 65 mm rests on the HP on one of its ends with two of its rectangular surfaces equally inclined to VP. It is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 30 degree to HP. The cutting plane meets the axis at 30 mm from the top. Draw the front view, sectional top view, and a true shape of the section. So before proceeding to the sectioning of the solid, let's first draw the solid. So in this problem, the solid given is a square prism, and that square prism is going to rest on HP by one of its ends. In the meantime, two of its rectangular surfaces are equally inclined to VP. So simply we can understood that the solid is going to rest on HP by its base. The meantime, how the base is resting? After resting, you have to maintain two of its rectangular surfaces equally inclined to VP. Where you can find the rectangular surface in a square prism? Actually, in the side faces of the square prism are in the shape of rectangle. So when you rest a solid in HP, two of the rectangular surfaces should be equally inclined to VP. So how to rest the solid? By resting two of the base edges being equally inclined to the vertical plane. In this way, if you rest the solid here, automatically that contained vertical faces will become equally inclined to VP. So by this input, we can start the answer. As usual, we can start the answer with the XY line. Yes. Now we need to draw the solid first, then we can section the solid. The solid's base view is obtained in the top view as we discussed, and how to draw the square base by maintaining two of the base edges being equally inclined to VP. So in the case of a square, the total included angle between two sides is 90 degree. The overall flat angle is 180 degree. When you subtract this 90 degree, the remaining 90 degree can be shared equally in the two sides as 45 degree and 45 degree. So in this way, you have to draw the square base of the solid in the top view. For that, let me to draw a pilot line with a 45 degree inclination here in order to guide me. Now I need to draw a square, and that square can be located in this way. Right. A little approximation is there. but in the paper you can do it with very high accuracy. And it is actually a prism, so we can have 8 corners in the base, 4 corners, and in the face 4 corners. And we have to identify the axis of the solid. Now I needed to project each and every corner towards the front view to draw the lateral portion of the solid. The axis height of the solid given as 65 mm. So at this height I have to draw the face of the solid. And let me to mark the points A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. Similarly, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, and 4 dash. Now the projection of the solid is over. We just have the solid and we needed to cut the solid with the given cutting plane. Listen the problem. The problem, the cutting plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined at 30 degree to HP. Whenever the cutting plane is perpendicular to VP, then we can clearly understood that we can show the trace of the cutting plane in the front view. We can show the trace of the cutting plane in the front view. The front view only you can show the cutting plane, and not like the previous problem. In this problem, the cutting plane is inclined to HP 30 degree. Inclined to HP 30 degree. So for that, just prepare a cutting plane with a 30 degree inclination. Cutting plane with a 30 degree inclination. Roughly, I am having this cutting plane here. Yes, the cutting plane with a 30 degree inclination is here with the HP, and then that cutting plane, that 30 degree to inclined HP cutting plane meets the solid axis at 30 mm from the top. The location of the cutting plane with respect to the solid is the cutting plane meets the solid axis 30 mm from the top. So from the top we have to measure 30 mm distance. From the top we can measure 30 mm distance. I am doing it on approximate manner. In your paper you can do it with right value. So in this range, we are going to place our 30-degree inclined cutting plane. So this cutting plane can be located 30-degree to HP inclined cutting plane can be located here to cut the solid. So I'm having 30-degree to HP inclined cutting plane. That cutting plane should meet the solid axis at the point 30 mm from the top. Don't consider that the cutting planes meeting point of other axis like 1 dash, a dash, 3 dash, 4 dash. Don't consider about them. You have to concentrate only on where the cutting plane meet the axis. It's meeting the axis at the point 30 mm from the base. In this way, you have to place the cutting plane. And as per our regular rule, you have to uh, draw the cutting plane with the dashed dotted line format. Sorry, with the proper line format for the cutting plane. Yes. In this way, you have to mark the cutting plane. And the meantime, you can finalize that this portion is the removed portion and that portion is the retained portion. First, mark the cut points and then we can highlight the retained portion. So start to travel from the left extreme end of the cutting plane. Let me just mention the inclination. Yes, start to travel from the left end. There is an intersection. Just see how many edges are passing. 1 dash, a dash, only one edge. So I can give only one cut point here, that is P dash, and continue to travel along with the cutting plane. Here one more intersection is there. Just examine how many edges are passing. 2 dash, B dash, 4 dash, D dash. Two edges are passing in this spot. So we have to give two cut points for this spot. Say Q dash and R dash. Out of these two, for any one you can give bracket. And then continue to travel with the cutting plane. One more intersection is there. The edge is 3 dash C dash, only one edge. So we can give only one cut point for this, maybe S dash. And it's very fair when you note the address of each and every cutting plane. For example, the cut point P is located in the edge 1A and the cut point Q is located in here. You have to find out for which edge Q is belongs to. Q is inside the bracket. So here 2 dash B dash 4 dash D dash. Out of 2 dash B dash and 4 dash D dash, 2 dash B dash is inside the bracket. So Q is belongs to 2B and R is for 4D and S is for 3C. So just we are having the address of each and every cut point for our future reference. Just for our reference purpose, you need not to mention them in your answer sheet. And now you can highlight the retained portion of the solid. The portion just above the cutting plane is considered to be the removed portion, and the portion below the cutting plane is considered to be the retained portion as per our regular rule, because the top portion is false between the cutting plane and the observer, so it is a removed portion. Yes, just I completed the retained portion. Now we needed to project each and every cut point towards the top view and mark them in the base view of the solid. But here all the cut points are already having their projector. For example, P dash is having its own projector and the location of P is in the edge 1A. So in the top view the 1A edge is here. It's like a point. So in this point itself we can mark the cut point P. And in the same way, if you project Q, in the top view the location of Q is 2B, so the 2B is also just like a point. Here you can mark the Q. And the same way, point R in 4D and point S in 3C. Now first you need to connect all the cut points with the HB pencil. Now after connecting the cut points with HB pencil, the bounded area is to be hatched to express that that area is a newly exposed surface. By our regular rule, we need to hatch the area bounded by joining the cut points. Here, since it is a prism, the total base view will be looking like a newly exposed surface. So I have to hatch this. Now I just completed the sectional top view of the object, and now we need to consider about the true shape of the section. That is, in the very first introduction class we know that in the case of a cutting plane inclined to HP, when you look from the top, the sectioned area is showing you an apparent shape of the newly exposed surface only. Whenever you are seeing that particular surface with perpendicular to that, then only you can see the original shape of the surface. See, now we are seeing the newly exposed surface in this direction, so we can have only the sectioned view as a very similar to the base view of the solid, but actually the shape of the newly exposed surface is not in this square shape, it's in some different shape. That true shape can be viewed only when you see the true sectioned area perpendicular to the surface, then only you can see its original shape. Maybe it's in the rhombus shape or whatever it may be. You need to view it by seeing it perpendicular to the surface. This can be done graphically in this answer by some little geometrical activities. See here, first, in order to draw the true shape of the section, you need to project each and every cut point from the front view perpendicular to the cutting plane. Keep your drafter perpendicular to the cutting plane and then project each and every cut point towards the top view area up to some maximum distance. I am projecting point P dash and projecting Q dash and R dash, and now S dash projected. And now at a convenient place, I have to draw an auxiliary reference line which is parallel to the cutting plane. This auxiliary reference plane should be parallel to the cutting plane. It's mentioned with x1 and y1. And now we have to mark the cut points P, Q, R, S again in this auxiliary reference line. See, this projector is belongs to point QP, and that projector is belongs to point Q and R, and this projector is belongs to point S. Okay, now we need to mark the cut points P, Q, R, S in their respective projectors at a distance between the particular points with XY line. See here, in the front and top view we are marked with the PQRS. In the front view also we are having PQRS, in top view also we are having PQRS, but from the top view only you have to measure the distance between a particular cut point and the XY line. Now we are going to draw the true shape of the section, so you have to take distance from the sectional top view. Okay, so measure the distance between point P and XY line. Measure the distance between the point P and the XY line. What is this distance? And look, mark the point P with the same distance with respect to x1, y1. See here, point P is located below xy this much distance. So here also below x1, y1 with that much distance, I have to mark the point P. Here I don't provided with a proper linear measurement scale, so approximately I am marking the points. In your paper you can mark it with right value, and then measure the distance between the point Q and the XY line. This distance, mark this distance in the projector of Q in the right place when you measure from the x1, y1. So the point Q is below xy and that much distance. The same distance in below x1, y1, you have to mark the point Q. Similarly, measure the distance between the point R and xy. The point R is below xy at this much distance. So in the projector of R in below xy at the same distance, you can mark the point R. And similarly, for marking the point S, measure the distance between the point S and xy. So the point S is below xy with this much distance, and here also in the projector of S below x1, y1 at the same distance, I can mark the point S. Now you need to connect PQRS with the HB pins. Definitely you will not get a perfect square here. So this oblique square is nothing but the true shape of the sectioned surface, newly exposed surface. How to hatch this also as per our regular rule. This is nothing but the true shape of the section. Now the work is over. This is nothing but the front view, sectional top view, and the true shape of the section for the given question. Try this answer with the proper tools in your paper. Thank you.